Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Gregory Mack, and this is our 1983 Goldwing 1100 rescue project. Hopefully, if you've been following along, then you can see where we're at with it now. I'm very excited to say that the engine we put the clutch in, I got it back in the bike's frame. It was a challenge. I was able to maneuver it onto that piece of wood on that floor jack. I turned the whole bike around and was able to maneuver it onto that floor jack on that piece of wood, and I shimmied it over near the bike and I got it up in there, and it was some doing. And then I had another floor jack I got on that side, and between the two I was able to get the mount in on the other side and a bolt in it, and then from there I put the other frame rail in here, and I have the bottom bolt in and the other mount below the starter area, and also the bolt top mount up here, which I actually noticed I have to take back out because I forgot the ground wire actually went behind that. No big deal, I gotta pull that back out, put the ground wire there, and you know, it wasn't that bad, but doing it myself, that's what's hard. Trying to tackle a project like this all by myself, and it's foolish really, and I do not recommend that anybody does anything like that unless you have tools and certain things. I should really have used like an engine hoist, like a cherry picker, and I think I'm going to get one of those. I've had them in the past. I seem to have bought them in the past. I used them once for a job, and then I wound up giving them away or selling them or something like that. But I want to do more things like this, and I have the area where I can do it nowadays, so I'm going to probably get an engine hoist. That would make some sense. Concrete's not very smooth here in my driveway, but I was able to get the jack rolling a little bit, and it wasn't too bad. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Let's take a little look on the other side. Still on, and I got the drive shaft hooked back up there. I need to put the circlip still in that, and still such a long ways to go, but this is a huge achievement really. It's a real milestone, so I'm very thankful. Next step is I'm gonna pull the spark plugs out and probably put a little WD-40 down the cylinders and let them soak overnight a little bit. I don't know if they really need it, but I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put the starter on, see if I can get the engine spinning over. I'm going to put a couple quarts of oil in the motor, fresh oil, just so it's not spinning over dry, because I drained this and it was up on its end multiple times and shouldn't be really any oil in this motor. I am going to leave the timing covers off until last, because I plan on changing these belts too. I'll leave them for now just to start the motor, and there's still some cleaning I want to do up in here. There's still some grease and stuff that I don't really like. And I am going to try to degrease the front of the motor. None of that I ever took apart. You know, I should have, but I didn't really feel with the information I had that that's necessary. I feel like I've already done way beyond what I ever intended to do with this, so I just didn't want to do that and take the whole oil pump and water pump and all that out. I think those things are probably good, and I'm just leaving that alone for now. My main goal here at this time is to get the starter on, get the engine spinning over with the key and the push button, and then get the exhaust mounted back up on there. Get the I got the water intake tube I need to put on, and I'll probably put the radiator up in there and hook the radiator up. And there's like a big engine mount piece up here. I'll probably put the thermostat back in and that water pump housing there on. And I did decide to fill the gas tank with that degreaser. And I made a pretty concentrated dose and I filled it completely up. So it is literally sitting there right now, completely full. I got it completely full of that degreaser. See? I'm just going to let it sit. I'm going to let it sit there and soak. And then I'm going to pump it out with like a little hand pump. I have one of those fluid transfer pumps. And I'm just going to do that and see if maybe that might be a good process to get the tank clean. And I might use my pressure washer wand and put it in there and give it a blast to try and get it clean enough. But I am not going to run anything through that tank until I feel confident that it is clean. I will try to probably start the motor in the meantime with an exterior tank and some fuel line. I hope this fuel pump is good. I have no idea. I have no idea really if the whole engine is good. I mean, much of this is based on assumption and what the previous owner told me. Said that this motor was running fine and that the clutch was bad. I found out that the clutch was bad. I've replaced that. So I thought I could probably just leave this motor alone, but we'll see, there's no guarantee. I feel like it's going to be okay, so I feel good about it, and just want to share that update with you guys. Got a little bit of sunlight left in the day, so I got the starter here, and I'm going to put that up in there and get that hooked up, and probably going to put the gear shifter on. I know it's laying around here somewhere. There's so much more stuff to do. Now the fun part begins of getting everything hooked back up, and yeah, we're making progress though. We're making good progress. I mean, I'm a little tired right now because it was a little bit of a job to get that in there, but I'm really actually very happy with that, and it's a very satisfying feeling. That's a satisfying feeling. And it's testing me, when I'm doing something like this, that if I can achieve this, it makes me feel even more appreciation for maybe some of the simpler projects, and I think it is good in life that we challenge ourselves with things like this that just seem very difficult. At least it's difficult for me. It's not something I do every day, and I haven't tackled anything this big in a long time. But it's good. It's good to go through these experiences and these challenges, and my goal too, one of my goals is to always become better and get better and better at these type of things. And like I think I've said in previous videos, there's a lot of Goldwings out there, a lot of broken down Goldwings. I think it's a real shame. These are phenomenal bikes, and it's really got me thinking I should get really good at rebuilding an entire engine. And I think that's what I'm going to experiment with that other motor, is just completely disassembling that and rebuilding it, buying all the gaskets, all the internal components. That might be a good winter project, and to get really good at doing something like that. Because I can find these Goldwings, they're just a dime a dozen. I can find one that's almost running for like, I just saw one listed for like $400. It probably just needs a battery and some fresh gas, and it would probably be a runner. And I mean, like I said, $300 what I gave for two bikes that basically were junkyard bikes. This is junkyard material. I knew what I was getting myself into, but it's about the experience and the journey. And I didn't really care even the $300. I just thought, well, that's fair. I felt like that was fair. And I still feel that way, and I'm trying not to put a bunch of money into this. I have bought a few things, I bought the alternator gasket, and I bought gaskets for the carburetor, and I've gone through, carburetor cleaners, and had about a can of WD-40, and it's just a lot of little things that kind of add up. And when I get towards the end of this project, I am going to kind of come up with like a rough total on money. And I don't think I'll include time, because the time is just so... it might be interesting to kind of give a rough calculation. I will have a bit of an idea based upon how many videos I've made and how many days I've worked on this, because basically every video will be a day. Not a full day, but it will be a portion of an hour or two that I worked on it. Some more, some less, and I haven't been working on it every day. There's days where everything is just sat. It's been not very pleasant weather. So there's that. Well, I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by, and I just wanted to give you this update on the motor being in the bike. And there's so much more to do. So this series is going to be so long. I mean, there's just so much more coming, but it's moments like this where you've gained serious ground with a project, where the confidence is within me now. I feel much better. I feel much more confident. I feel so much more success and I feel so much more achievement at this, where it's at now. And now I can, helps me envision the rest of it. Helps me envision, the tank being clean and fresh fuel, and then moving on to the front end and the rear wheel and all this other stuff that needs to be done. The valve stems are broken in both these tires, so they both got to come off. I don't even have a tire that holds air, but that'll be a chore. Those are very old tires, and then I'm probably gonna find, since I got to take them off anyway, at least I have to, I'll probably just change the tires at that point to something I really want. But we're gonna get the engine running, and hopefully that'll be soon, and you guys will get to hear it. And that'll be a tremendous achievement there. It's a beautiful day here where I'm at. I hope you guys, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you're out there enjoying your lives and enjoying your time and enjoying your families and enjoying your projects and staying focused and staying motivated and stay positive. Talk to y'all in the next one. Bye for now.